Welcome. Today, an incredible show. Well, you're going to obviously say every single time we start, we have to start with some big statement like that. But what do you do if the truth is exactly that? So, again, proof of what all I have with me the Realme 3 Pro. Now, this is a phone that on many different ways tick marks boxes that were not supposed to be tick marked at this price point. So it takes on the competition. It brings in a Snapdragon 710 processor. It's got night mode. It shoots amazing stuff on optics, and it's priced at about 13,000 bucks. So amazing, right? The next one is my most favorite shootout of, I'd say, in a very, very long time. If you were ever thinking that you take away all the clutter in your life, the chaos, and just have one single tunnel vision focus to answer one question, which is the best camera phone in the world? If you had to only spend money on one camera phone, which one would it be? These would be the two contenders, the Google Pixel 3, the Huawei P30 Pro. Can one be declared a winner? Yes, we'll do that right here. And then we have another fun shootout, the Pods versus the Buds, Apple versus Samsung. So lots happening on the show. Let's get started.
Realme 3 Pro brags of great optics and speed in a budget. But should you buy it? We tell you. Huawei's P30 Pro challenges Google Pixel 3 to be the best camera phone in the world. Does it succeed? Rubina and Sanjana pit AirPods and Buds against each other. Who wins? Find out on the show.
So now we're on with our first top review. This is the Realme 3 Pro. I have to tell you, this is a company that when it came in with the first phone itself, I made a small prediction. I said top 5 in a very short time. We've already been able to do it in terms of sales in the country. And they've done it really fast. Maybe not exactly at the pace I predicted, but maybe a percentage or two lower, which in itself is super remarkable because remember, India is the most cluttered, most competitive, most brutal market now for smartphones in the entire world. And to come in and actually make your presence felt like this with Realme, and the reason why they're doing so well is phones like this. So the Realme 3 Pro, first and foremost, straight away, this is their new grey and yellow look. Of course, comes with the cover, comes with all the other stuff that you have inside the box. I'm not doing an unboxing. I want to get to the phone as quickly as possible. And then, of course, comes all the parts that we've obviously learned to love. The look is fantastic, the colors, the way they put the phone together. But in this, there are 3 things I'm going to point out that really matter. Then we'll get into our detailed review. Number 1, at a price point of 13,000 rupees, this is Snapdragon 710. That in itself is a game changer. Number 2, the emphasis right now is purely and simply on the fact that put everything else perfectly, then enhance one feature that really makes it stand out. And that is the optics, the camera, the lenses, the night shot, and what you can do with photography. And the third part, they're really taking the offense to the competition because this and a Xiaomi phone, the Note 7 Pro, exactly the same price, but this one has so much more going for it. So this is where things get very interesting. Our Cell Guru review.
The battle of the mid-rangers just got very heated up with the entry of Realme's Next Pro, and in just 1 year, Realme's takeover of the budget segment has been impressive, shaking up some of the other brands in the segment. And with the Realme 3 Pro, it seems to be going after Xiaomi's Redmi Note 7 Pro, since both have been priced identically at 13,999 rupees. But does the new Realme 3 Pro have what it takes to be the very best in this segment? Let's take a look. The Realme 3 Pro looks similar to its predecessor in terms of design. The bezels are pretty minute and on the back it has a gradient design. There is a slight S-shaped pattern on the back which Realme says is inspired by racetracks. We got the Nitro Blue variant for review which looked pretty good. There is an adequately large 6.3-inch Full HD Plus screen. Viewing on this phone is not a bad experience. The Realme 3 Pro comes with the Snapdragon 710 chipset and is the first phone in this price range to support this chip. We played the heavy-duty PUBG on this phone and felt that it performed pretty well. The Realme 3 Pro has a 4045 mAh battery which is coupled with one of the best technologies in fast charging, VOOC 3. The only thing to note here is that it doesn't have a Type-C slot but a micro USB 1.
Type-C means fast charging, where I want to clearly define that Type-C doesn't mean fast charging. This 80% people, the myth is very clear that they believe when Type-C is a fast charging with micro USB with VOOC 3.0. We can charge at 80 minutes full phone, where in Type-C with the competitors also they can charge at around 130 minutes or 140 minutes.
The phone can be unlocked through Face Unlock and a fingerprint scanner as well. There are two variants of the phone that are available. The 4GB RAM 64GB storage variant is priced at 13,999 rupees, while the 6GB RAM 128GB storage variant is priced at 16,999 rupees. There's no dearth of storage on this phone since it can be expanded via a card up till 256GB. Coming to the optics, the Realme 3 Pro has a modest 16 and 5 megapixel dual rear camera. The sensor on this is the Sony IMX519, the same one seen on the OnePlus 6T. The colors on the images were pretty good and the depth in pictures in portrait mode was impressive. There's a dedicated Chroma Boost mode to enhance colors, and this phone comes with a Nightscape mode which uses AI and takes some brightly lit night shots. There is also an option in the Expert mode to take 64 megapixel Ultra HD images. The images have good detailing, but it is not much to write home about. There is 4K video recording, and most impressive of all, there is a super slow motion mode that can record videos at 960 FPS. The camera is definitely one of the big highlights of the Realme 3 Pro. Even the front shooter does not lag behind with a 25 megapixel lens. On the software front, the Realme 3 Pro runs on ColorOS 6 based on Android 9 Pie. This does have a more modern and cleaner look. And now for the verdict. The Realme 3 Pro packs in a whole lot of power. A Qualcomm Snapdragon 710 chipset, a good camera and an impressive battery with fast charge really make this phone stand out. Especially at 13,999 rupees, it is a value for money proposition, and we are sure it has riled up competition enough to sit up and take serious notice.
And now I said the story that I think, look, when I say I've been waiting for it, I know you all have been, because this is one of the most often asked questions. So let's take it to be that one of the biggest changes that has come about in the last 1 year is the great advancements that have been made in photography on a phone. So let's say you take 2017, beginning 2018, around the same time last year. Cameras were good on camera phones, but they were not great. I mean, you could still see dramatic differences between, let's say, a DSLR and a camera phone. But that huge gap that was very, very wide has really become very, very narrow. And the last 1 year has done it. So now with this great advancement in technology, in optics, the way they're doing it, there's 4 lenses, 5 lenses, Leica, and all other things that have been happening. Which is the best camera phone in the world? And the contenders right now are the Huawei P30 Pro and the Google Pixel 3. We're going to do this all across optics in every field. Do remember one thing, our answer will be based on very, very simple premises. And that is, you don't do photography in just one circumstances, not in one location, not in one category. Photography is done in multiple locations, multiple circumstances. One camera phone has to be the best. Let's find out which one.
Up until now, Google's Pixel 3 has been called the best camera phone. But now to challenge this title, the Huawei P30 Pro is here. The camera setup on the P30 Pro has made headlines, and so we couldn't think of any reason why we shouldn't compare the cameras of the two phones and announce which is the ultimate camera phone. Who is the king? And not just the night king, but the overall king. Let's point out the specifications first. The camera on the Pixel 3 features a single 12 megapixel, while on the P30 Pro there is a trio of lenses. A 40 megapixel main lens, a 20 megapixel ultra wide and an 8 megapixel telephoto sensor. The front camera on the P30 Pro is 32 megapixels, whereas on the Pixel 3 there is a dual setup of two 8 megapixel lenses. Now that we have the specs out of the way, let's start the battle. We took both the phones out to click during the day, and here is what we found out. This image on the Pixel 3, as you can see, looks a lot more real when it comes to the colors of the sky and that of the India Gate. But the detailing on the P30 Pro is excellent. However, the P30 Pro colors are saturated, though both pictures are great. We prefer the Pixel 3 here. Moving on to the wide-angle capabilities, and for the rear camera shots, the P30 Pro wins hands down. We mean, look at all that we could capture in one single shot. In this picture, one can clearly see the difference in color. The P30 Pro is more warm and the Pixel 3 is towards cooler tones. So this comes down to your personal choice really, and both pictures are good and are sharp. Just to give you a perspective on the color difference on these phones, take a look at this picture. Both capture the silhouette well, but one is warmer and the other is cooler. In this picture, Pixel Photo looks warmer and more natural than the P30 Pro. It It's crazy how these color temperatures work on these phones. While the setting looks more real on the Pixel 3, the shadows are a lot darker on the tree in the Pixel 3. Whereas the details, the colors, the sharpness are much better on the P30 Pro. You can see the leaves, the details on the bark. It's beautiful. And when it comes to taking selfies, we think the P30 Pro did a great job, but the Pixel 3 keeps it more natural with the skin tone. And the fact that the Pixel 3 comes with a secondary wide-angle lens, so it captures more. You can literally see the entire car seat. We shot 2 videos on these phones, and while both recorded the movements smoothly, the P30 Pro brings life in the video, with the colors and the light. It was a sunny day, and it wasn't as gloomy as shown by the Pixel 3. Love the P30 Pro here. We shot another video on both the cameras. The stabilization worked well in both.
Because it's like gloomy here.
Next up is nighttime, and this is where the P30 Pro surprised us to a point that it became unbelievable. We clicked this picture with almost no light. Now in the P30 Pro there is a night mode, and we click with that. You can see the details here. The colors look more real. Whereas even though the Pixel 3 with night sight, it managed to throw some significant light without any flash. It looks more saturated and soft. Again, in this picture, the color temperatures are different in low light too. So which one do you prefer? We clicked these pictures without the night mode and the night side mode on the respective phones. And as you can see, the P30 Pro does a good job, and so does the Pixel. Now this was real magic. We clicked a photo in an absolutely dark room. Now with the night mode, the P30 managed to show the object, whereas the Pixel 3 was completely black, even with the night side mode on. So here is our conclusion. The Night King is of course the P30 Pro. While the Pixel 3 keeps the tones cooler, a little close to reality, the P30 Pro excels in sharpness, details, and frankly, if you like warmer tones, the P30 Pro is easily the best. And what makes the P30 Pro unbeatable furthermore is the cool zoom-in capabilities of up to 50x, which we have to show you. We did zoom into the India gate. We were able to see and read the text on it. And even with maximum zoom, the Pixel 3 couldn't make out if something was written on this monument. Overall, the Huawei P30 Pro with 3 camera lenses gives better pictures, capabilities we didn't think a smartphone could have, and also provides us with a lot more data to work with. So the real king of camera phones, ladies and gentlemen, is the Huawei P30 Pro.
And now for our fun story. Well, actually, serious story भी है. सिर्फ ये है कि रुबीना और संजना ने इसको fun story बना दी because they each have taken on the role. One is a pod, one is a bud. Interesting. I think I should start calling them that. Hey bud, hey pod. So they both represent one each. Rubina कर रही हैं AirPod और संजना represent करेंगी Samsung के buds. देखते हैं which one is better. But do remember, price points में भी फर्क है. Overall specs में भी फर्क है. So here then is a look at both of them.
Hello, I'm Rubina Mongia.
And I'm Sanjana Prakash.
And today, surprisingly, we have both the new Galaxy Buds and the Apple AirPods 2019 edition, both here at NDTV Studios. So what did we do? We, of course, pitted them against each other.
That's right. So I tried the Samsung Galaxy Buds for about a week, and Rubina here also tried the Apple AirPods, the new ones, for about a week, and it's time to pit both these together.
And let's find out who wins.
So in terms of design, Rubina, the Samsung Galaxy Buds are actually pretty snug. I mean, they fit so compactly in your ears. They don't pop out. I didn't have a problem with them. I took a lot of calls. I listened to a lot of music, but they didn't really pop out at all. And the best part is it comes with this silicone ear fin on the inside, which really makes it compact. And it's got a very compact design. It fits snugly in your ears.
But you know what, Sanjana? Nothing beats these Apple AirPods because I know it's slightly longish and it stands out and you don't know what you're wearing, but they are beautiful looking. They don't look like those buds because any brand, come on, can make those buds, right? The design wise, I mean, of course. And Apple AirPods will always stand out. And the other thing, if you wear these to the airport, guess what? Your airport look will be complete. Another thing that I really like about the new AirPods is its charging case. I know we have to pay a little extra for the wireless charging case, but you know what? Once they're charged, they last for about 19 hours, and that's a lot.
19 hours? Okay. But the Samsung case is like a pillbox case. It's pretty neat, it's compact, you slip it into a bag, you carry it around. But the best part is they come at no additional cost, which is what we love about Samsung, because there's no additional price tag to this case. It does come with the buds itself.
You know, Sanjana, I know you are wearing your buds and I'm wearing my AirPods. So the most important point of debate is that which one sounds better. And I'm wearing the AirPods, I've been wearing them for a week, and I have to say that the sound quality is exceptional. I mean, it's loud, the bass is strong, and yes, there's no complaint whatsoever when it comes to music quality that I hear on these headphones. But I have to say that yes, a little bit of noise problem comes in because there is no rubber coating. So yes, outside noise will seep in. But that's all. I mean, otherwise they're just perfect.
And I can't really hear what Rubina has just said because the noise cancelling on the Samsung Galaxy Buds is so good, thanks to, you know, the silicone earphones that they come with. And of course the audio quality, the call quality also was very good. It's very immersive sound because they're right in your ears. The bass is quite loud, it's deeper, it's very nice, very good quality audio.
But you know, I'll have to say that when I tried the Buds, I thought the call quality was not that great. I experienced a lot of disturbances, a lot of call drops on the Buds and not with the AirPods. So I think the call quality bit is definitely where AirPods
Debatable.
win.
Okay, so in terms of the special features that both the Apple AirPods and the Galaxy Buds actually bring to the table. So the Galaxy Buds actually come with an IPX2 rating, that's a waterproof rating. I don't think the Apple AirPods come with any such rating. But other than that, you know, there's this button that you can press on the Buds to take calls, to play, pause music. It's very convenient. I've been using it for some time and I found it extremely convenient. And other than that, it also pairs with the Samsung Wearables app, with which you can control the EQ, you can turn up or turn down the ambient noise. There's a lot of playing around that you can do on the app as well.
Well, that's a lot that you have said about the Buds, but you know what? AirPods have magic. I mean, I've been listening to a song, and the minute I take out one of the AirPods, the song stops, it detects, and the minute I will put it on back, the song will start playing again.
That is
amazing,
pretty
isn't
good.
it?
Okay, now for the big verdict. Well, the Samsung Galaxy Buds does win in one aspect for sure, and that's for the amount of features that it actually brings to the table.
But you know what Apple wins in? Of course, the style element of it, the sophistication, the finesse of it, and that's what makes the AirPods stand out.
The audio quality on the Samsung Galaxy Buds is unparalleled. It's really good.
But so is on Apple. I mean, AirPods, the sound quality is amazing.
That's true. The Samsung Galaxy Buds comes in at a little cheaper price than the Apple AirPods.
But we all know for the ecosystem that we are in, Apple ecosystem, we pay a little more.
So ultimately it boils down to if you're an Android user, if you have the latest Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, then definitely the Samsung Galaxy Buds are the option for you.
And if you're an iPhone user, then of course, go for the AirPods. So maintain that ecosystem because I personally really like that ecosystem.
We'll take a quick break right now. On the show, when we come back, lots more. And now we're moving on to something we rarely do, but I think it's that time, it's the season to do it. Game of Thrones. No, I'm not showing you the fourth or the fifth one. This is not one of those leaks, though I already know the story. Anyone who wants to know, contact me. But what we're doing is Game of Thrones Conquest. It's a game, it's a strategy game. Take a look.
In the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. Taking this famous dialogue from the award-winning HBO show forward, there is a real Game of Thrones that you can actually play. Of course, it is on your phones and available to download on iOS or the Google Play Store for free. This is Game of Thrones Conquest, an app where superfans can live out their fantasies of building and owning keeps. But let's start right from the top on how to go about using this app. Well, your favorite characters like Tyrion, Daenerys and Jon Snow come along for the ride and guide you through what has to be done. The ultimate goal is, of course, the Iron Throne. So as a player, you can create your own character, choose an avatar, add a name. We tried to get cheeky and named our character Aegon Targaryen. Once you do that, you have to build your own keep, manage your resources, grow your own dragons, raise your army and clash with rival lords. All this does take some time, and there are some in-app purchases for gold and other things. And there are some time-bound features as well. The graphics of the game are pretty average, but the overall concept is captivating and uses role-playing and real-time strategy. Ultimately, you plot and try to defeat seats of power like Winterfell, Castle Black and even King's Landing. So can you conquer the 7 kingdoms, or will you ultimately bend the knee? This Game of Thrones app will reveal your fate in Westeros.
And of course, before I say goodbye to you today, a preview, and I have all the 3 phones in my hand, and there'll still be more. So we've got the Samsung A70. That, of course, is a very interesting phone. And I've got 2 phones, the Redmi Y3, and we've got the Redmi 7. So all of that and a whole lot more next week. See you then.